everyone. Good morning and happy Wednesday. This is Popcorn with a Program coming to you live for a special 2-hour live stream event because we are featuring none other than what?
Online program.
That's right. So whether you're just taking a single class online or your entire full degree, whether you're a local or long distance student, PimaOnline and all of the staff and faculty are there for you, and we wanted to give you a chance to put those faces with the names. So we are really excited about today, and we want to also give you a chance to win a lot of prizes, just the same as if you were here on campus. So the first opportunity is over here in our posting stream. You will see that there is a live link to a quick assessment. It's just a way for you to give us feedback on what you thought, what you learned about today. But if you complete that online link within the next week by November 13th, you will have a chance to win a prize. And I believe that prize is none other than a 50-year anniversary Pima shirt. All right. Also, go ahead and share this video and eat popcorn with us. So if you haven't done so already, head to that microwave, or if you're really cool, stovetop, air popper, get yourself some popcorn. And anytime we say popcorn, do what she did, take a bite. And also, if you upload a selfie of yourself eating popcorn, we would love to see that. And you could even win a prize accordingly. So I'll go ahead and let you get that popcorn bowl set up, start taking those selfies, maybe begin the link, and let me go get our first folks. You want to maybe tell a little bit about who they are and what they do, Jan and Roseanne?
Sure. We are going to be joined by our Dean of Online, Jan Kempster, and Roseanne, who is one of our librarians who primarily deals with our online programs and students. So they're going to be joining us. Would you ladies like some popcorn?
Yes.
Okay, let me grab you some popcorn.
I love it. So we're going to turn this camera around so that you can see the ladies who are so important to us here.
Thank you.
All right, now at our event, we have a lot of different popcorn flavors that you guys can add, and you'll see them on the table here. Everything from white cheddar to Cajun kick, sour cream. So first and very most important question is, what's your favorite popcorn flavor and what would you add?
I'm a purist. I'm the salt and butter flavor kind of person.
Uh-huh.
That's me, just plain Jane, the traditional kind of popcorn.
It's traditional for a reason.
Yes,
There's no wrong in that. How about you, Jan?
Well, I have a really bad sweet tooth, so I like caramel.
Oh, that's a good one. Now, is it like the caramel drizzle that you like to put on it, or just caramel corn?
You know, I'll take either.
Yeah, I love it. That is smart. Wonderful. Well, again, we kind of did an introduction, but if you would please introduce yourselves and tell us what you do here for Pima and PimaOnline. Let's go ahead and start with you.
My name is Roseanne Kustin. I'm a librarian. I spend a little bit of time at the downtown campus helping face-to-face students, but most of my responsibility is helping the online students in the social sciences.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my kind of territory. But any student at any campus at any time can reach out to me for help, and I'll be glad to assist them as much as I can.
Awesome. And?
Hello, I'm Jan Kempster, Dean of Distance Education, and in that role, I really help manage all the aspects that go into running the online programs at Pima. I oversee our faculty department heads who are instrumental in ensuring that the classes that go online are good and that we have excellent faculty teaching them. And then I also oversee the Center for Learning Technology, which is our design center where we have instructional designers, media specialists, and web designers who create the online courses and help to maintain them.
And also help to make sure that they're fun and creative and interactive.
Yes.
I think a lot of times online learning has a stigma that it's not going to be the same or maybe even as good as a classroom environment. But those instructional designers and everyone who you just mentioned on your team really make sure that the student is getting just as great and fun of an education.
Yeah, and the technology has advanced so much that you can literally do online almost anything you can do in person. It's just through a different modality.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, wonderful. So let me ask you this. What do you wish you knew during your first year at college?
Oh gosh, I remember that I didn't attend any orientation. I didn't visit the campus to any extent before showing up. This was long ago when all registration was done in person, and you had to travel the entire campus to pick up classes and to talk to instructors and find an advisor. And I wish I had done more preparation before I showed up. Things are much more accessible now because you could go onto a college's webpage and you can look up a lot of information. You can find people to talk to who have a specific function, and it's much less stressful. It takes a lot less time, and I wish I had done more research. I wasn't a librarian then, but I know now that you've got to do your research first in order to get yourself going in the right direction. I wish that's what I'd done.
Well, and now you're there to help the others
Absolutely.
do that research and know where to begin and how to do it.
Right. Even if they're not asking a library specific question, if they want to know where something is on campus or who they talk to if they have a difficulty with some aspect of technology or a difficulty with an assignment, we'll talk to them. We'll give them a what we call a reference interview, and we'll ask them questions and try to steer them to the right place. So even though they don't need the library at that particular moment, we're still very good at providing information access, and that's our main goal, is providing access to information.
So to kind of piggyback on that, Jan, what do you think is a key thing that first-year students should especially know about PimaOnline and what's available to them within that?
Well, I think that first-year students who are thinking about an online course should really think about what type of learner they are, because online works really great for some students and it's very challenging for other types of students. So if you are the kind of student who's very self-motivated, self-disciplined, self-directed, you have fairly good reading and writing skills, online may be a great choice for you. And if you don't have those qualities, you may want to consider other modalities where you might be more successful. So yeah, and like Roseanne said, understand that there are ways as a student you can find out what online learning looks like before you actually register for a course. So you can find that out at orientations. You can do the online orientation to online learning. So you get a little information first.
Awesome. Yep. I know she's not on camera, but Jennifer, you had some questions for them as well.
I do. So when should a student get in contact with you all?
I think students should reach out to us right away at the beginning of the semester. Even if they don't have a research paper or a research project, reaching out to the library to know where we are and how to get a hold of us when they do need us. Because when you're stressed and an assignment is coming due, or you're confused and you're trying to find information, trying to find someone to help you, that can add to your stress level. So we'd like to encourage people to reach out, even if they just say, hi, I'm in, Psych 101. It's nice to meet you. I don't know if I'll need you, but here I am. So we'd like to have them reach out to us if they can at the very beginning, but certainly they can wait until there's a point of need and we'll help them then too.
How would they do so? So where would they find your contact information, or how would they reach out to you?
That's a great question. I'm on the social sciences online courses. So my information is generally on the library, the instructor's course page.
Okay.
Some instructors have elected to put my widget on their course page where they can see an image of me and they have my contact information. But even if that widget isn't there, they can scroll down the page and they'll find a connection to the library.
Okay. And that's true for any course?
Any course that you take. You can also just go to the college's web pages, and you can Google Kima College Library, and that'll take you to the library homepage, and there's a link there where you can find out how to connect with any librarian at any campus. There are phones that you can call us by phone, and I know phones seem to be very old-fashioned these days, but we actually answer the phone. We'll pick up the phone and we'll talk to you right then. You can also reach out to us through an Ask a Librarian link. That connects with all the librarians at the same time. Every one of us gets an email message, and then we race each other to see who can answer it.
They're really eager to talk to you.
Talk to you. And of course, there's also emailing me personally. You can find me in the directory, or you can go to your course page and look me up that way. Or again, call a library and say, how do I connect with this person or that person? And again, even if they're not in the library, if it's an instructor, I've directed many students to contact their instructor. Here's their email address. Here's a phone number you can try. We'll direct them as best we can.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but even the librarians, several of them are on social media as
Yes.
well. And so there's ways to follow like Pima Northwest Library
Yes.
and get some really good resources that would be helpful for both the even campus and online students.
Absolutely. You can reach out to us in that manner as well. Be mindful, though, that we don't monitor social media as much as our work email and our work telephones. But if you want to start a conversation with a librarian or reach out or maybe get a friendly feeling from someone, you can certainly look for people on social media. Many librarians do that.
And I know when I've taken some of the fashion design courses, sometimes I'll get an email at the beginning of the semester from the librarian for that area, letting us know, hey, here's who I am, here's some of the resources you might be utilizing too. And I've always found that really helpful.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. We've gotten the who, the what, the when, the where. Let's ask them some why questions.
Right. So the most important why question, I think, would be, why is your resource important for first-year students?
I can speak to that a little bit. The ability to take courses online adds an element of access and flexibility for first-year students that might make it possible for them to actually take courses, especially if they're working full-time. So it's an opportunity for a different modality that can be done, outside of working hours. So that's really important for first-year students. It's also a good option, like let's say there's 4 courses that the student is trying to fit in, but 3 of them are at West Campus and the only other one is at Northwest Campus, and it's just too much to try to drive back and forth. Well, they could take that 4th one online to sort of ease their travel load for the semester.
So there's a fun question that we like to just kind of generally ask and throw out there so that students can get an idea about what your resource is like. So it's a metaphor question. It's an as-if question. So if you were to describe what you do for PimaOnline as if it were a movie, which movie would it be and why? Or maybe even a movie character. It's up to you.
That's a really good question. I'm not thinking of a particular one movie, but I think of movies that are mysteries, where if you're a student, you might have a mystery in terms of finding the resources that you need to write your paper or to prepare your project. And so you're not sure what clues to look for. You're not sure what trails to follow. But if you talk to a librarian or a library specialist, we can give you some guidance. We can give you some clues along the way to help you solve that mystery and get to the answer that you need. And the answer is going to be different for every student. Every student uses different resources. They take different paths. They have different projects. But we can help you get to a solution or to solve the mystery so that you have a good assignment to turn in and you get a good grade. Librarians have been shown to influence the success of students and influence the kind of grades that they get just by visiting the library, but more so by interacting with us.
So then they have happy ending,
They
right?
have a very happy ending.
I like that.
There was a movie, a documentary made in 2013 called If You Build It. Probably no one has seen it. But it was this documentary about a failing high school system in North Carolina that decided to totally change their curriculum and innovate it in a way that it addressed the needs of the community and the students. And ultimately, they created a farmer's market curriculum that almost every class at the high school was engaged in somehow playing a role in how it was designed, developed, advertised, run. But the word innovate there is the really critical word, because in PimaOnline, we are constantly innovating in our courses. And I'm not sure if students are aware, but there are 23 fully online degrees and certificates that a student can take now at Pima. And we're continually adding to that list. And we're also challenging our faculty to create assignments and courses that really engage students in active learning and creating content that contributes to the world, that is not just a flat sort of dead assignment. So every time a student takes an online course, hopefully they will encounter a new, exciting, and better curriculum than the time before.
Oh, I love that. Anything else that either of you would like to add or share?
Just that students can reach out to us through their course shell. They can reach out to us through the email function or by telephone, but you don't have to go looking for us necessarily. You can go to your course shell and find a link to the library or even to a particular librarian like you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much to both Roseanne and Jan. Who knew their names would rhyme? I like it. You guys are a dynamic duo already.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for your time with us. Please enjoy your popcorn. And I'm going to, while Jennifer goes out and gets our next guest ready, I'm going to start you guys on some games that we're going to do, some fun giveaways. So here is what we have up next. Well, first of all, reminder, if you haven't done so already, drop a picture of yourself eating some popcorn and you have the chance to win a prize. Let's see here. The prize for that is going to be a really nice slick blue Pima shirt. It's really nice. It's the athletic wiki one. I promise you will love that. Second is, don't forget to complete that survey over here on the link. I'm not sure which way you're seeing it. On my screen, it is this way. But anyways, complete that link within the next week. It's just a way for you to give us feedback on what you learned from today's event, but that will also get you entered to win a prize. Now, we are, throughout the course of this 2-hour event, always wanting to know, are you liking it? Are you getting something out of it? So don't forget down below to give us a thumbs up, or if you really like it, a heart emoji, and that can also get you entered in to win a prize. We have a really cool Padfolio and professional pen set that we are going to be giving away. And this is the Padfolio, and this helps you as you're doing your studies, but also as you are maybe getting ready for those resumes and those interviews, getting ready for the next step in your professional career. So again, don't forget to do that. Give us those little emoticons down at the bottom. We love to see them. Keeps us going, keeps us energized. But last but not least, we are going to be playing no other game than bingo. This is a simple one. We all know bingo. So what I want you to do right now is, while you're watching or as you join along, write down 5 numbers 1 through 50. So it could be 1, 2, 4, 5, 15. Okay? You're going to type them down in the comments box below, and then throughout the course of this 2-hour event, I am going to be drawing some numbers and calling them out. So it's up to you to kind of be keeping track of those numbers and what's been called. But if I call your 5 numbers in any order, it doesn't have to be exact, then you're going to comment bingo below. And our fabulous student employee, she's a Connect to You peer mentor. Her name is Teresa Perez. She's on the back end. Everyone say hi, Teresa. She is going to be monitoring to see who the winners are. So if you claim bingo and she says, yep, that's it, she's going to be sending you a private message to get your information on how to collect that prize. So without further ado, let's go ahead and draw a number. Jennifer, you want to draw it for me? Drum roll, please.
13.
13. All right, so it'll show up backwards. Oh no, look, it's correct.
Oh, it is correct.
Yay. Okay, so 13. If you had guessed that one and written it down in the comments, you're already well off to a good start. So don't forget, put your 5 numbers below. Let us get started. Let's do one more, just for good feeling. Here, let's have our guest draw. You want to do that? 30. All right, so 30. So far we have drawn the numbers 13 and 30. So be paying attention and keeping track of that. And who knows, you just might win a prize. So let's go ahead, and since we have our guests here, get them introduced so that you can meet them and learn what they do here at Kima. I wonder, hold on, I'm gonna just, if I back this up, can we get everyone in the camera?
Maybe.
Get close like we like each other.
I can slide over a little if you want to slide.
Okay, let's do that. We're gonna do this. Obviously, this is a very professional setup. We keep it chill in the first year experience program. Awesome. I love this so much better. Okay, so we have 2 new guests on camera with us, and I'm going to have them introduce yourself and what it is that you do here for Pima Community College and specifically PimaOnline.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Angela Acosta, and I am one of two PimaOnline program advisors. Anna Brown advises students with last names A through L, and I advise students with last names M through Z. So what we do is we basically provide academic advising services for all students that are pursuing one of our online certificate or degree programs at the college.
Awesome. And who are you?
My name is Jennifer Madrid. I am the Director of Virtual Student Services, and my team, along with Angela, we have a team of advisors that help students who are pursuing 100% online degree programs, students who need academic advising who can't physically come to a campus to get those services. We also oversee our call center, so when students need help with student accounts, admissions, records, and registration, or financial aid, and they go through our call center, sometimes they come back to us for phone and email advising. So I oversee that area.
Awesome. Now, we gave you some popcorn because it is popcorn with the program. It would be a shame if we just had that in the title and it was a teaser. But the most important question I think that we're going to be asking you is, what's your favorite popcorn flavor or topping? What do you like to add to it? And feel free to add anything from the table you see.
Mine has to be cheddar cheese, so that's what I'll be adding.
There you go. You see it. It's right there.
I have two favorites.
Okay.
Can I teach?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Jennifer does like a 3 combo.
Oh yeah,
I
I know. I've done cheddar, jalapeno, and ranch together.
No shame in your
I'll
game.
just try that one.
All right.
So I like cheddar or white cheddar, but then I also like the sweet. You have to like bounce back and forth when it gets too salty one way, so then you go sweet the other way. So like caramel or something like that.
Oh, for sure. See, I realized that we haven't answered this question yet. So explain what your combo is again. What did you do?
Okay. Hello again. I'm Jennifer. I'm the student life coordinator here at West Campus, and the combo I've done has been cheddar, jalapeno, and ranch. Sometimes I do just cheddar and jalapeno, and sometimes I throw in the ranch. Depends on how I'm feeling.
I love it. I love it. That's great. I'm Renee Forsyth. I lead the first year experience program, and I'm gonna be the oddball of the bunch potentially. But when I'm at home, I like to add what's called furikake. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correct, but it's a Japanese spice blend. You can find it a lot at like sushi places, or if you're going to be doing the bowls, that is just the sushi. And so it's, let's see here, it's like a sweet version of the seaweed and sesame, and it's just really flavorful, and it kind of, like you were saying, that sweet and savory aspect. It's good. So I don't get it often, but when I do get it, it's going on my popcorn. I like it. All right. Well, let's dive into what you guys were talking about with what you do here at the college. Jen, let's start with you. What's something that you wish you knew during your first year of college that would be your sage advice you're passing on to the next generation?
I wish I knew about the resources. I was, fresh out of high school, and sometimes you don't know what's out there to help you, which is why both of your roles are so vital. Student life connects you with really anything, any activities, anything at the college, or any resources that outside of the college that you think you might need, and then your program to connect you in the first year experience just help students get more familiar with the campus, because obviously the more familiar with the campus students are, the better they do in classes. So I think just getting the word out about events, resources internally and in the community is really helpful. Financial resources too. I wish I knew all that. The other thing I wish I knew, which I see very commonly is with new students coming in that are fresh out of high school, because it's such a culture shift. Not only are you going from high school to college, but you're also going from an environment where you showed up and you got your schedule handed to you, and somebody else planned your schedule. Now you're in college and you get to make those decisions for yourself. So I think that's a transition that students need to learn a little bit more about a little earlier on. It's like, it's all you. Come in earlier with more time, because you're not going to show up and get a schedule handed to you. It's you're making the decisions now. So give yourself more time to plan out your schedule in your semester.
Absolutely. That's definitely something that we strive to do in our programs. But I know that connecting with an advisor like Angela over here, that's a huge way to knock out so many of those questions at the beginning. So Angela, tell me, what's one key thing that you think first-year students should know about advising or the services that you help provide for them?
Okay. Yes, and very similar to Jen, I'll share a little bit about what I wish I knew as a college student and being a first-generation high school and college student and being the introvert that I am my first year in college. I was terrified of asking questions, number one, and I very rarely went to go see my advisor. So what I like to tell students now that I am an academic advisor is it's definitely okay not to have all the answers, but it's also okay not to know what questions to ask sometimes. Really, my job as an advisor is to make your experience in PimaOnline as seamless as possible. The second thing very quickly is textbook costs. So when I was a college student, my first semester in college, I remember standing in the line at the bookstore with almost $1,000 worth of textbooks. So if I, had that opportunity to go back and tell myself about a resource that would be open education resources or include ed, which I would be happy to answer questions about those if students have them, but they're basically helping students either eliminate or reduce textbook costs.
That's incredible.
One key thing, really my job is to help you create a semester by semester plan so that we can take the guessing out of your education and you know exactly what classes you need to take and exactly what steps you need to take, but depending on what your goal is after Pima, whether it is to transfer to a university, I know we have a couple transfer partners coming on today, or whether it is seeking employment. So again, we want to take the guessing out of your education and make it as clear as possible for you.
Heroes work is what that is. All right.
So the next question that we have is the when. So when should a student get in contact with you?
So at any point in their educational journey at Pima, the sooner the better. If you know of any friends, family that are future Pima students, probably the best starting point would be with our virtual or online student services center so that they can help you with the application process. If you're a current Pima student, which I'm assuming all of you are, the sooner the better. Again, because we want to have that conversation about your goals, help you create that semester by semester plan, and most importantly, every student at Pima should know what their graduation date is. I think that's vital because if we both know that, we want to make sure that we keep our eyes in the prize, which is helping you, again, graduate from Pima and continue on with your next goals.
And Jen, what about your team? So when should a student reach out and ask your team some of those general questions?
Like Angela said, at any point in their journey, if you're connecting to the college for the first time or you're continuing or current student and you have any questions, you can always reach out to virtual support. You can call 520-206-6408 or you can email virtualsupport@pima.edu and you'll get connected with my team. It will go to our call center team and then it'll come to my team. So either one of those ways. But I do want students to know that we can do anything that you can get accomplished walking into a campus. So if you just can't get to a campus, whether you are a PimaOnline student or not, we strive to have the same resources as a campus student service center would have. So
we'll include that contact information in our video after the fact, but where else could they find that information if they forgot it or if they weren't watching this video at that very moment? Would it just be a quick Google search online for PimaOnline?
You can go to our website and you can search PimaOnline in the search box and it will bring you to our PimaOnline webpage that displays Angela's contact and Anna's contact information. And it also displays our programs that are offered 100% online. There are going to be some enhancements to that webpage to give more resources, but then you can also look at the online directory on our website and look up any student service center and you can call them and they can get directed to to our team that way as well. The other thing I want to make sure that students know is even placement tests. Placement tests, or if you're taking an online class or something and you can't get to a campus to take a test, we have virtual testing services too. And that is a little different format. Sometimes if you have to take them at home, there might be an additional cost because they are proctored tests, but know that a physical testing center isn't your only option if you need to take tests. So we have services that can help with that too.
Now, real quickly, there's been a conversation alluding to these fully online degrees and programs. So Pima has degrees where you don't have to step foot in a classroom. You can complete it 100% online.
Correct.
What are some of those degrees, or how could a student find a listing of those?
Absolutely.
Elaborate.
So we have over 20 certificates and degrees that can be completed 100% online. Without ever having to step foot on a campus, like Renee said. And those kind of umbrella areas include education, business, health information technology, and human resources. Very soon, we will be adding logistics and supply chain management and cybersecurity. So those should be coming up at some point in time within the next year or so. To find the list of programs, you can go ahead and go to pima.edu. And again, in the search box, type PimaOnline. The very first result is going to take you to our PimaOnline webpage, where you can see my contact information as well as Anna Brown's contact information.
Awesome. So why is your resource important to first-year students? Again, it's just getting them connected, and I think we're as an institution working harder to make sure that online students or students that can't come to a campus, like I said, have the same resources. I know Connect You and First Year Experience is coming online. We also have online tutoring through NetTutor, which is 100% online tutoring that is free to students. So please, we strive to get these resources and this information out to students, but I think that's really, the biggest part. And then also explaining to students that online learning isn't easy, it's more convenient, it's flexible. So making sure that students understand the difference so that we set them up for success.
Yeah, understanding that there's still going to be deadlines and due dates that you're working with. It's still structure, but it's more like a flex schedule, if you will. But you still gotta
you're in there active almost every day. Probably it's not a self-paced class. You don't log in just a couple of times and submit work. It's continuous, and so we like to try to set students up so that you understand the expectations of online learning as well.
I think also dispelling the myth that you are only going to be doing the online environment if you're taking an online course, because more and more classroom instructors are also using what we call D2L here, Desire to Learn, which is an online platform for you to see your assignments, your syllabus, do those online tests, or have some additional chats outside of the classroom. So
check your grades.
Exactly. And so PimaOnline is most likely going to be part of your Pima journey in one way or another, which is why it's so important to be learning this along the way or reaching out and asking questions.
Yeah, and there's a lot of the online chats that even in-person classes do, where you have to post your response to a question and respond to your classmates. So I think a lot of our students don't necessarily connect the two, right? But they are experiencing that online component in their in-person classes.
Absolutely. All right, last question, fun question here with the first year program. We like to do that analogy question of, if you were a movie, what movie would it be and why? So advising and what you do here at Pima. If you were to compare it or describe it as a movie character, which one and why?
This is a fun question. If I were to compare it to a movie, it would be one of my favorite animated movies, which is the movie Up.
Okay.
And I'll explain why. So being an online advisor, the majority of my students work full-time. They oftentimes are caregivers to their children or an elderly parent. So what I see in every single one of my students is a lot of determination and persistence to either return to college after many, many years or to begin their college education. So I like to see it as having a spirit of adventure, like they call it in the movie. And I see that in every single one of my students, which is why I love the work that we do, and I love, the work that I do with PimaOnline advising.
That's a great answer.
I know. That's one of my favorite movies, too.
For sure. Did you have one, or are you going to work with that?
I would say something along the lines of like Avengers or something. Because when I think of my virtual team, I think of all these different personalities and characters that all have amazing strengths, but work together as a team to get things done. So I think that's, they're all superheroes. They have superpowers, and reach out to us for any of that help with anything that you could possibly need.
Oh, I agree 100%. Well, everyone, please say your thanks to Angela and Jen. Oh, yeah, one more.
I just thought of something. So if anyone out there is in an online class and struggling, or if you feel like you maybe want to take an online class in the future, but you still don't know exactly what the experience is like or what to expect, there's 2 different resources that you can reach out for. In your My Pima, I think it's under Quick Links, there's an online readiness assessment. I don't know if I'm getting the exact wording right, but it's a quiz, and it's just multiple choice, and it's assessing your readiness to be an online student, like the time management, commitment, all that type of stuff. And then you get a score at the end, and it'll tell you based on the assessment, like yes, or maybe you should, you're more campus student, or so I would suggest taking that quiz. Also, we have what's called orientation to online learning. So it's very different than the new student orientation. Orientation to online learning is not mandatory, but again, if you register for an online class, that will just set you up for success. It'll give you all the information that you need to prepare yourself for an online class, and you can do the online or orientation to online learning. It pops up in your My Pima D2L, as it looks like it's a course. So and it might say OOL on it, orientation to online learning. But you can take that. That actually populates after you register for any course, not just an online course. But if you're a campus student, you probably have that in your D2L right now. You can take that course and then see if you're ready. So I suggest those 2 resources.
Those are great resources to suggest. Anything else you would add?
Lastly, in your syllabus, if you're taking an online class, or if you plan to take an online class in the future, there should be a time on task chart. So that is a great resource to estimate how much time you'll be spending in an online class. If you're taking an accelerated online class, that can take approximately up to 20 hours of schoolwork a week. And that can be a lot, especially for those of you that are also working. So make sure you review that in your syllabus and let us know if you have any questions.
Those were some great keys and tips. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Please enjoy your popcorn and take it with you. And if you liked what you just heard, drop those comments below. Make sure you like or give it a hearts emoji video. And I will have Jennifer help show you out while she gets her next guest. And while we are doing this transition, I am going to continue with our bingo game. So again, if you are just now joining us for the first time, we are playing bingo, and so 1 through 50, write down 5 numbers below in the comments that are going to be what you think the lucky numbers. We have a fabulous student mentor, Teresa Perez, on the background. She is monitoring to see who claims bingo first, but I'm going to be drawing some numbers, and if I draw your 5 numbers in no particular order, then you won. Make sure you claim bingo below. So we have already called 30 and 13. Let's do a quick drawing here to see what our next number is going to be. 47. 47. So again, we have the numbers 13, 30, and 47. So if you feel like this is going in the right direction for you, maybe go and buy that lotto ticket today. Who knows? May Lady Luck be on your side. Some other chances to win, again, complete that survey link that is in our video box, and make sure that you do that within the next week. If you win, we will send you a shirt. Share this video. That gets you entered to win a prize within the next week. And don't forget to take a selfie of yourself eating popcorn with us. We don't want to be alone in doing all of this. So make sure if you participate, take that selfie, and that can also win you a prize. We have so many prizes to give away, you guys, that we are going to be doing another game in the meanwhile. So we have some Pima quiz questions for you. So if you get the quiz question correct, you are going to win some prizes that are coming to you straight from our Career Cafe, which is one of our first year experience events. You can attend on campus or you can watch it online through Cyber Career Cafe. But if you answer correctly any of our quiz questions throughout today's 2-hour live stream event, you are going to win these sticky notes. Each one is a different tab that you can use to help study and make notes in your textbook. And then, of course, every college student needs a pen. So let's go ahead and make the first question available to you. Which anniversary is Pima Community College celebrating this year? I'll give you a hint. If you are watching earlier today in our video, I've mentioned it. It is a milestone anniversary for the college. We are super excited about it. And so type down in the comments box which anniversary we are celebrating. And if you guess correct, you will win that prize. I'm feeling generous, so let's go ahead and do one other quiz question for you. What are Pima's 2 new colors? So every college has their colors. You're going to see it on the swag and on the promotions. Pima has just identified 2 new colors for the college. What are those 2 colors? So go ahead and drop that down in the comments below. And we will, if you guess correctly and you're the first one that Teresa sees, then you will win your prize, okay? So again, the 2 possible quiz questions are, which anniversary is Pima Community College celebrating? And then what are Pima's 2 new colors? So if you think you know, drop those questions below. Again, throw us a heart, a like, let us see you down there, and don't forget to send us your selfies with popcorn. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. Did we get him hooked up with some popcorn?
He is good. I think because it's close to lunchtime.
Oh, that's
not everybody
totally
wants
fair.
popcorn.
That's legit. I respect that. However, let's go ahead and get the first question out of the way, which is maybe the most important question. If you were to put a topping on top of your popcorn, what is your favorite topping? It can be a flavor, it can be a candy, or maybe you're just like, I don't need the popcorn, just give me the topping itself.
I definitely go Cholula.
Ooh.
Ooh. I've done that before. I like it. It gets a little bit soggy though.
You just do like one drop at a time
Yeah,
instead
you
of
gotta
doing
go. Yeah, you don't go crazy. It's
Okay.
measured.
All right, I see. I'll have to try that.
I appreciate that. No, I respect the game. That's a really great answer. You got both of us. Did you see our reaction? I love it. So please go ahead and introduce yourself and your work title and how it relates to our Kima students.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Joe DeQuisto, and I work at the University of Arizona for our online campus. I was an enrollment counselor, so was working closely with students. Now I'm a coach. So I work with enrollment counselors who work with the students, and we just kind of answer their questions and really help them through kind of that admissions and application process.
Awesome. Wonderful. So what's something that you wish you knew during your first year out of college that you think would be your sage advice to pass on to first year students?
Utilize your resources. There are so many transfer resources, financial resources, human capital, people, advisors. There are so many things in place to help you succeed, but you really do just have to kind of go out and utilize them. So yeah, that would be the big one for me.
Absolutely. And we have another guest who joined us. Let me go ahead and let's squeeze them together here so that everyone gets on camera. And I'm going to have her introduce herself as well. What your how it relates to Pima students.
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Marla. I am with the University of Arizona at Pima Community College. So we actually offer University of Arizona certain degrees and programs on site at the Pima Community College campuses. Right now we're at Desert Vista and Pima East.
Wonderful. Awesome. And I'll throw the question out there to you also. Since it is a popcorn event, what is your favorite flavor or topping that you love to add to your popcorn?
Oh, I love jalapenos on my popcorn.
Ooh, we got a spicy bunch over here.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. He's a Cholula, and we were just mind blown. Sold. Gonna go try that next. I love it. So, Marla, go ahead and say, what do you think is one key thing that Pima students who are planning to transfer should know about your resources and how to get connected with y'all at U of A?
So for us, since we are right at the Pima campuses, we invite walk-ins all the time, even as prospective students, so that they can start taking the right coursework, so that they are part of the pipeline and not taking classes that maybe they don't need or they're not going to be part of this program specifically. We want them to be able to get that associate's degree with the courses that will transfer directly and just make them the process a lot smoother from the beginning. Another thing that I would also say is a lot of our courses are afternoon and night courses, so maybe better fit for those who are non-traditional students who still want to take face-to-face classes, and that's their learning style, and they've discovered along the way that this is what they decide they would rather do, but still at a time that fits their schedule instead of a day class.
Yeah, for sure. Same question to you. What's a key thing that first-year students who know that they are planning to transfer should know about you and what you provide?
So we actually have a direct U of A Pima kind of connection. So she, Marie, who works with online students here, kind of advising them, we are able to get students who might be looking at the university but still want to do Pima, get them connected with her right away to help facilitate that. Because we have over 18 programs that have direct transfer programs at Pima. So those associates that will transfer directly into those fully online programs. So where Marla, they have that face-to-face option, we're a lot of times at options for students who need to be fully online, and we have that really good working relationship with Pima.
That's great that there's the options available.
So I think you touched on this already a little bit, but when should a student get in contact with UA Online?
I'll let Marla go first on this one.
Yeah, so we welcome walk-ins at any time. A lot of our programs that we offer at Pima East, we offer also at the online campuses, and they're exclusive to online campuses and the branch campus locations. So I think any time that a student knows what they want to do, if they explore, our website or our flyers or options, we welcome them right away whenever they want to, and it's completely free. You don't have to commit to the program. If you just want to spend a time with an advisor, I think that's another really good thing that we do that I think a lot of programs don't necessarily do, is we welcome transcripts. We welcome students to walk with their transcripts to their appointments with our advisors, and we'll walk them, show them how every single one of their classes transfers to that program and what they would need to take to make sure they're on the right path. So really the complete picture right at that appointment. And then it's up to the student if they want to do this program or not, but at least they explored that option. So I would say just don't be shy to explore what's out there and to use that free resource.
Yeah.
I would echo those sentiments too. Like, we are always available. We have enrollment counselors always standing by to answer questions, to be that point of contact. So it is never too soon to reach out, pardon me, and to start establishing those relationships, whether it be with your enrollment counselor, if you need to get in touch with an advisor for additional planning down the road, so that you are taking just what you need to take, right? That what you're taking is going to be usable down the road. So it's never too soon. Now, say you've done that and you've got a plan. I would say, about 6 to 4 weeks before you're planning to be enrolled at the university, that's a good window to start the application process in earnest. And that's another good time to reach out if you've already got things lined up. But yeah, it's never too soon to talk to us.
Because I think the key thing, like what you were alluding to, is the strategy. Making sure that, if you're going to be doing this, but you also have a plan ahead, how can you make sure that everything is going to be working, killing two birds with one stone, you're being strategic along the way. A lot of times there's a myth of, well, I'm going to wait until I'm ready to graduate to start that conversation or relationship building with my transfer advisors at the university. That's later. But the earlier they can establish it, the better.
And to kind of add on to that too, it's not just academics, but it's also like funding opportunities and scholarships, right? A lot of scholarship programs, like the UA Bridge program, they're going to require that you part of the program earlier on than before you graduate. Same, with Phi Theta Kappa, you can be a part of that, you know, while you're still a student at Pima Community College, and use that to your advantage so that when the time comes to transfer, you've been part of these programs to have that scholarship opportunity.
Awesome. So I know that you mentioned that your offices were at Desert Vista and East Campus, but where else could a student find your contact information if they were just needing to follow up or maybe learn a little bit more about U of A Online, those programs, things along those lines?
So we're currently right now at the UA South website. It's actually a really good question because we will be transitioning to specifically a UA at Pima East website come January. So right now we're still part of the UA South website, and if you were to go there at any point outside of that, it would still redirect you to the new site. But there you can find links with our advisors, schedule appointments, contact information for any of the questions that you may have. We also have a phone number there that you can call at any time, and they can kind of direct you. You can just say your general questions, say, I need somebody to help me with a scholarship or meet with an advisor, bring my transcripts. Depending on your needs, they will connect you to the right person. So we always have that. Her name is Leah, who is going to help us do that.
Yeah, and as an online campus or extension of the University of Arizona, we're primarily online. So online.arizona.edu is kind of our landing page, but we are all in-house. We're not outsourcing outreach or enrollment counselors to these third-party companies. So we actually are on the main campus. So we do have students who come and meet with us in person, even though we're online. So that is still an option for those who are here and close by. Otherwise, yeah, online is our primary location.
Wonderful. And we'll include those links for those landing pages after the event. Is there any social media sites for either of you for them to also maybe follow to get some good information along the way?
Yeah, so we actually have, you know, all handles for Twitter, Instagram. I would want to point out that one of the unique things we do is we have a YouTube page, and we have something we call Your Major at Work. And so we actually invite industry professionals from part of the industries that we offer programs to talk about some of the job opportunities within the field. And it's a way for, you know, our students to kind of have that professional development opportunity, but it's open to prospects as well to watch. So if you want to watch on YouTube, you can. And right now, it's pretty brand new. We've done our network operations program, our organizational leadership program, and our administration of justice program there. So if that's something you're interested in, you can kind of go in there and explore what some of the job options with this degree will do.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah.
We're also all on social media. One of the ways that I like that they use it is to try to find clusters of students, since we are fully online. So say a bunch of students who are in a certain area, and really try to facilitate, if they want, them meeting up and having study groups or being able to do that, because that's the one component you kind of miss out on with online, right?
Community.
Yeah, so that's a big thrust of a lot of the social media that we do as well.
Very cool.
All right, so why is your resource important for a first-year student?
I mean, it's getting those resources, you know, kind of talked at the top of that about knowing the resources. These are the people who know the resources, right? And these are the people who have never met you, but want to see you succeed and do well. And they just are such a wealth of information, and it's all in one spot. And they're meant to ease that process. I mean, it makes sense. It's something you would want to do. It's something I wish I could.
Yeah. How about for you? Why should first-year students tell their friends about you and to go check y'all out?
I think we just fit somewhere a niche right in between, right? So somewhere in between the main campus experience and somewhere on the online experience. So if you know that those two things aren't for you, and maybe you want to explore something in the middle, you want to take some online classes, but want to take a lot of face-to-face too and have that community and be a part of a physical location, I think we would be a really good option to explore.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Why have to pick and choose?
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so here with the first year program, we like to ask some fun or unique questions along the way. So this one is that analogy question. If you were a movie, the resources you provide for online students, if you were to describe it like a movie or a movie character, what would it be and why?
I don't know, but I'm just gonna go with
That's a really fair answer.
Our biggest program right now is cyber in different areas of cyber, so I might have to go with Snowden. If that works.
I like it. I thought you were going to go Terminator for a second.
No,
Snowden works.
yeah, Snowden, I think it's a growing field, and we're trying to develop a lot more like subsets of that, and that's probably, and right now that's housed out of the East Campus too, so it's a really smooth partnership right there, you know, all the way from the first year, the associates level, and then we've actually created the perfect pathway where when students transition to our program, they're not going to be missing out on everything that they needed to know, they would have learned from their program at Kima.
How are you?
Maybe like a mashup of two old Sandra Bullock movies, so Hope Floats and 28 Days.
Oh my gosh, I love the answers. Go
So
for it.
this is 28 Days, more mostly because I can be a long application takes, but it's kind of it was being around people who support you and want to see you succeed, and having that opportunity to find out something about yourself kind of along the way. So yeah, something like that.
I love it. That's a great answer. Anything else that either of you two would want to add?
Don't be shy. I mean, really, we are there. We want to help. There's so much information out there. There can be, and sometimes it's just a matter of getting started. And I just encourage people, make that first contact.
Great. Well, everyone, please give your thanks to them for joining us. Again, drop your comments below if you have any questions. Throw out those thumbs or your hearts to say that you liked it and we can know so. And don't forget to complete those assessments to give your feedback about how much you liked it. And you're also entered to win a prize along the way. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. And Jennifer is going to go get our next guests for us. And while we are transitioning, let's go back to our bingo game. So again, if you are joining us for the first time here, we are doing bingo. Guess 5 numbers, 1 through 50. Put them in your comments below. And then we are going to be drawing numbers. If we happen to draw your 5 numbers in no particular order, you are the winner, and then you will comment bingo below. And then our fabulous student mentor, Teresa Perez, is on the back end, and she will let you know you won and then follow up with you to discuss how to get you connected with your prizes. So far we have drawn the numbers 13, 47, and 30. So let's go ahead and draw another number. We have the lucky number 16. So if 16 is one of your numbers, congratulations. Let's do one more. See if I'll be 5. So let's see if someone just got it right off the bat. The next number is 10. The number 10. So again, the numbers are 13, 10, 16, 30, and 47. Now, along the way, we also have been doing some Pima quiz questions. So if you guess that correct, you will have the chance to win, for all of the questions, these cool little sticky notes that help you study. They're color-coded. And then, of course, a pen. Every college student needs a pen. So here are the questions we have already asked along the way. I'm trying to look and see if we have anyone who's guessed them correct yet. I don't see it. So let's go ahead and try throwing those out there again for you. Which anniversary is Pima Community College celebrating? I'll give you a clue. We've already mentioned it in today's broadcast, but it's a big anniversary, a milestone anniversary. Second question. Pima has 2 new colors that they are branding for the college. What are those 2 colors? I don't know. Maybe I'm wearing one of them today. But what's the other color? Let's see. Last question for our pop quiz is, what is Pima's newest motto? You'll see it on a lot of our marketing, our social media, the web page, but it's 2 key words to help motivate you. What are those 2 key words that are Pima's new motto? Jennifer, I know you know.
I do know.
She knows. So you better hurry up and answer correctly or else she's going to nab and steal the prizes. I keep talking about these shirts. Will you pull them out here so that we can demonstrate what they are? So this is one of the shirts that y'all can win. Hint, hint. And what else do we have?
And then we have this navy blue one. That's V-neck, and it has Pima logo on the sleeve.
On the side. Now I like that one because it's moisture wicking. It's that nice athletic material and nice and simple. So I like that.
It's nice for the all our hot months that we have.
Absolutely. We also have this Pima Swag Bag that you have the chance to win. So this is where if you share the video, it's simple. It's 2 clicks of a button and you can win this. But if you share this video within the next week, you're going to win this cool first year experience bag. And there's also some cool little goodies inside of here. So you have a Pima notepad and pen, and then a first year experience shirt that you can win. It has the Connect You logo on it. So some really nice and cool stuff here. I see that we already have a winner. Congratulations to Brittany. You won the Padfolio with pens. Congratulations. So to get your eyes on what you just won, it's again this, and then a really nice professional pen and pencil set to help you be successful with your studies. So congratulations to you. All right, so we are going to go ahead and dip back to Kima. And just like we were discussing a little bit earlier, one of the things that Jill mentioned was how sometimes when you're doing online learning, what might be a possible missing link in the puzzle is that sense of community and engagement, which for Jennifer and I, leading Student Life and the First Year Experience Program, that's our whole entire purpose and mission, is to get you connected, but also not just connected with the resources and people at the college, but with each other and your fellow classmates. And so our job is to make sure that you also have some opportunities to do that online with each other. And so I have one of my student employees, our peer mentors, here to join us to talk about the First Year Experience Program and what's offered online. So please go ahead and introduce yourself, what you do here at the college, and yeah.
I'm Karen. I am a student mentor with FYE. I basically help you guys prepare for your first year in college. I am the person that gives you tours, help you know what resources we provide, and I'm also a person that you can call and talk to about any issues or help that you need with getting through your first year.
Absolutely. Now, we've been asking everyone this question. It might be the most important question that we ask you this whole time. But what is your favorite popcorn topping and why? So is it a flavor or a candy or anything that you like to add to your popcorn to jazz it up?
Kettle corn.
Kettle corn.
Ooh.
So it's a specific type of popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at that. So you like the sweetness?
The sweet and the salt.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, do you make your own kettle corn or do you like it best when you get it from like the state fair or?
No, I like it best when I pop my own popcorn and put it on there myself.
Nice. Are you a microwave popper, stovetop, air popper? Do you have one of these cool machines behind us? What's your method?
Oh, I used the stove, but I would love that machine.
I love you. Tell you what, next time we'll work on the budget to try and give that sucker away as a prize.
I just had to get this a few weeks ago because our last popcorn with a program that we had here at West, I plugged in the popcorn machine, the light came on, but it wouldn't make popcorn. So luckily we had an air popper on hand and we could make some popcorn, but the air pop doesn't have as much flavor as what these great machines make. So
It's a little bit healthier of an alternative.
it was definitely healthier.
You just have to maybe zhuzh it up a little bit more. Oh, I love that. All right, so let's collectively kind of discuss what's something that you wish you knew in your first year at Pima. Jennifer, I'm going to kick it over to you first.
So I, as a student in my first year, I didn't really necessarily know or take advantage of all the amazing resources that are available to students, like our, the Learning Center, the library. I think I hardly ever set foot in the library when I was a first year student. I might have gone in there if I had like a meeting in one of the meeting rooms or whatever, but I didn't take advantage of all the great resources and all of our amazing librarians and things like that. So I think that's one thing that we really try to help our students learn about and know about is all the different resources that are available to help them be successful, get them connected, you know, all of that. So yeah, I definitely did not take advantage of everything I should have.
Yeah, guilty as charged as well. How about you? What's something that you wish you knew during your first year at college, looking back, that's now your sage advice for the next folks coming in?
I wish I knew about the education when it came to what school to go to, what course to take, how much money I'll be spending, how much money per each, and what's real college and what's a pop-up college. And wish I had the education on student loans, student debts, and how to be a student and what's expected of you.
I love that. For me, looking back, I did a decent job of figuring out like the academic side of things. So library, that kind of makes sense. Go to the library, do your studying there, ask questions there. Advising, I was definitely the student who was like, I got this myself. And then I ended up taking math my first semester, trying to get it just done and out of the way while it was still fresh in my head. Turns out I didn't even need a math course for my program because of what I had done in high school was ready to transfer. So thankfully it counted as an elective, but I was the last person who would have chosen to take math as an elective for my degree. So it was just things like that. But it took me a while to find my community, to find my niche of people where I was getting connected and engaged with fellow students in a way outside of classroom, in a way beyond the study groups, in a way that sustained me and filled my cup for that energy and that motivation to then be able to use that fuel in my academics to be even more successful. I struggled to find that work-life balance even within college. That was for me, which is probably why I'm so passionate about advocating for it now for our students. And so with the online programs under the First Year Experience umbrella, we try to make sure that everything has a dual side and component to it that is online for you. So Karen, do you want to list the 7 different programs and options that fall under the First Year Experience umbrella?
Okay, under the First Year Experience, we have Connect You, FYE, Passport with a Program. We have Career Cafe, Popcorn with a Program, and we have FYE, Connect You.
Faces of First Year.
Oh, Faces of First Year, and
NSLS, which is our National Society of Leadership and Success. And then the 7th one is our new Student Welcome Program, which is an event that kicks off everyone to get you welcomed and excited about your first year here at Pima. So 7, that's quite a good bit and many different ways to get involved, but each one again has a dual side for online. So with Connect You, we have an online Connect You through our D2L page, very similar to the online orientation to learning, like what Jennifer was talking about a little earlier, Jen Madrid. It is a non-credit course. It's completely free. It has no impact on your GPA. But by completing it, it's going to help you get connected with all things related to PimaOnline and how to get engaged. So the directions for how to enroll in that are on our Connect You page, which is pima.edu/connectyou. And at the bottom, it'll describe to you how to do that. It's really geared towards if you're going to be a PimaOnline learner, so doing your degree fully online or from a distance, but anyone is welcome to self-enroll in that and take it. So then Career Cafe and Popcorn with a Program. How does that get students online involved and engaged? What do we offer for them?
So during our in-person Popcorn with a Program, we will do a Facebook Live pop-up. We post to our different social media like Instagram and things like that, so that you can still get some of the information that you would have gotten had you been able to attend in person. And the same for Career Cafe. We do pop-up social media, Facebook Live for those as well. And each semester there's a new special brew topic. So not only can you get information about resumes and cover letters and interviewing, but you can also get information about the special brew topic. And so we try to cover those as well through our Facebook Live pop-ups and things like that too.
And if you're not able to watch this video live, just like today's events, they're all stored within our online library. And so if you go to the video section for this Facebook page, there's an entire library of all of our past videos that we have hosted live. And then also our peer mentors do a lot of videos that they publish onto that page, and also our other social media pages, Instagram and Twitter, where they are giving you some real life advice that they've learned along the way. So what are some of those videos? You've got what?
We have the non-traditional student video. We have good interview, bad interview. We're in the making of making a video for good student, bad student. We also have a budget video, which teaches you how to budget as a college student. We were thinking about making a video for taxes, but I think
we're going to save that for the special brew topic for next semester. But
that's on our Pinterest.
Basically, we try to categorize it as just adulting tips, adulting 101, and then also some of the behind-the-scenes action here at Pima that you might not usually see, but is still important for you to know along the way. So keep an eye out for those videos. The other really key component for you to keep an eye out for and way to get engaged is NSLS. So Karen, do you want to talk to them a little bit about what this is, what NSLS is?
NSLS is the National Honor Society that is primarily online at this campus. You can branch out to other campuses. When you transfer, it goes with you. It's basically a honor society that don't have a cap on the grade or GPA. Anyone can, join in, and it has a lot of benefits as well. It has the benefit of scholarships, recommendation letters, so that if you want to transfer to U of A and you get in that program, then you can transfer to the U of A, which also has the NSLS as well.
Yeah. So here at Pima, we have designed this as an online chapter. NSLS is a leadership honor society, so it's focusing on honing those leadership and career skills for you. They have over 700 chapters nationwide. Here in Pima, there's 4 to 5, including Pima, but also U of A, NAU, Central Arizona College. And so if you were to start your membership here at Pima, it transfers if and when you transfer to another university that also has a chapter, regardless of whether their chapter is online or on campus. But because we wanted to help make sure that online students also had a way to be part of an honor society, build those leadership skills, and have that community of other online students, we designed our chapter to be that way. More information can be found about that on our Pima page, Pima Connect You, and also our social media for first year. But if you have any questions, please reach out to myself, to the mentors, or drop a comment below. What is the email that they can reach out to you guys as mentors to ask any questions along the way?
The email is cu@mentors.
cu-mentors@pima.edu.
Pima.edu.
So we'll drop that down below, but they are monitoring that email at all times and responding to it and answering your questions in real time. Anything else that you would add about online engagement or participation here at Pima?
Well, I would say, if you're an online student, definitely, try to make those connections with other people in your classes and things like that. But also, if you're here in Tucson, you can take advantage of all of our in-person programs as well. So with Student Life, we do a number of different leadership programs, like Emerging Leaders. We just got back Sunday afternoon from our 3-day social justice retreat, which is called JADE. And we also have an advanced leadership program called Aztec Gold. So if you're able to participate in those in person, whether you're an online student or you take your classes primarily at one of our campuses, those are another way to participate. And then the NSLS chapter, they do these amazing live streams with celebrities and well-known people from around the country and around the world. What was the one that we just had?
We just had it live stream. Well, last semester we did Dr. Drew Pinsky, and then before that we had Carla Hall from the CHU, and then this semester we did Jim Quick. And so he has a podcast about, basically it's helping to leverage your memory and build it up to be a skill that you can leverage to help with note taking, working through your degree, in a career, just as a leader in general. You know, when we're like, oh, I'm really bad with names, it's just more or less a matter of not really paying attention, but then also how you can work your memory so that you can make those connections, make sure that people know that they matter, but also remember really key things more quickly and be able to recall them. So that was an incredible podcast that they do. And so, yes, NSLS has basically, you're immediately a member. You have 5 steps that you're working towards induction. One of those steps is listening to 3 speaker broadcasts. You can do it entirely online, or you're welcome to come to our chapter, our campus broadcast on campus. And then when you're done, you are sent a induction kit, which has a really nicely done certificate of completion, which is framed, a shirt, some other little NSLS swag. But you immediately have benefits available to you, like she was talking about, a scholarship portal, some benefits and breaks, and even your taxes and things, or not your taxes, like your tech and your insurance. But then when you are inducted, you unlock even more benefits, like that letter of recommendation, a career coach, things along those lines. So it's a pretty cool resource. All right, last question. I'm going to throw it out to us. If we were to describe Pima's online engagement for students as if it were a movie, which movie would it be and why?
Ready Player One.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Look at her. She was ready with this. Okay, explain why that's your answer.
Ready Player One is always, he puts on the virtual reality, he's ready to just go ahead and take on and do what needs to be done.
Oh, I like that. That's great. So that's kind of like you as a mentor. You're ready to just get on there and help these students out online and also on campus. That's great. How about you?
I had such a hard time with this question. I really don't have a great answer. I think because we connect with so many different students who have so many different experiences, and they all have, you know, different paths and goals and things like that. It's hard for me to kind of sum up what we do with like one person or one movie or something like that.
If I know you, I think you'll be able to piggyback on my answer. Okay, so I was thinking about this, and I think I would choose the movie Incredibles, because each of them have different talents and skills that they discover along the way. And definitely our mentors are very talented and skilled, making sure that you have an incredible experience online and just at Kima in general. But also they have to work together as a team. And so we were talking about that missing link of a sense of community and engagement with others, but you have to work together in order to get that, and that's what they did by the end of the movie. So that would be my answer, I think.
Yeah, and I think I kind of almost said something similar, but I didn't have a movie in mind.
You did. I got you. You got each other's back. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for hopping online with us, Karen.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to have you guys go out and get our next guest. Right. And while we do that, let's continue on with our games. So if you have just logged on and joined us, there's different ways for you to win prizes, just the same as if you were joining us on campus for this event. So the first way that you have the opportunity to win is by sharing this video. Second opportunity that you have is by completing the assessment link that is over on the side or below. I'm not sure how it shows up on your side, but take that. It is 30 seconds of your life. You give feedback about what you thought and learned from today's event. We will be checking that out within the next week and selecting and contacting a random winner. Also, take a selfie of yourself eating popcorn with us. We have been chomping down on this, but we want to see you enjoying it as well. So if you take a selfie and you throw it down in the comments below, you have a chance to win a prize. And then last but not least, we are playing bingo. So pick 5 questions, or 5 numbers, 1 through 50. So 1, 2, 10, 5, 12. Mark them down in the comments below, and then as we draw numbers, if we happen to pick your 5 numbers in any particular order, then just comment bingo below. And our student mentor, Teresa Perez, is on the back end. Everyone say hi, Teresa. And she will let you know if you are the winner or not. So let's see what numbers we have already drawn. We already have 13, 10, 47, 16, and 30 drawn. Let's draw 2 more numbers to help you all out. Let's see here. Next number is 38. Lucky number 38. It is so great. And then following along that rhyming scheme, we have 28. 28. All right. So those are your numbers. We also have some Pima quiz questions. So if you guess correctly the answer, drop it in the comments below. Teresa will let you know if you are the winner and you can win one of our fabulous prizes. So let's review the questions we already have on the table. Which anniversary is Pima celebrating? It is a milestone anniversary, a big one. We've been around for a while and we're pretty proud of it. So which milestone anniversary is Pima celebrating this year? Question number 2. Pima has 2 new colors that we are using for branding. What are those 2 colors? Question number 3. Pima has a new motto. It's 2 words to get you motivated, and you'll see it on our website, on our marketing, on our swag. So what are those 2 words that are the new motto at Pima? All right, I'm going to throw another question out there for you to see if you know what it is. Who is the chancellor at Pima? Who is our leader who leads this institution, all 5 campuses, plus PimaOnline? Give you a hint. You are welcome to go over to our Pima website, pima.edu. Check it out. Maybe see if you can find the answer. If you've attended Connect to You, we also discussed this answer. But the chancellor. Who is the chancellor here at Pima Community College? Now, we've shown you some of the prizes that you are potentially going to win. If you just joined it on, let me show you them again. We have our first year experience swag bag. And inside of it, we have a folder, a little notepad with pen that you can win. And then also a blue Connect to You shirt. I'm going to show you 2 prizes that we haven't already shown in the video. So if you answer those quiz questions correctly, we also have the chance for you to win a Pima mug with a really cool straw. And then also some earbuds. So maybe while you're studying in the library, but you still want some chill music in the background to listen to, these earbuds are going to be a great prize for you to win. And then speaking of, since we have some of our Transfer Unity partners here today talking to you about transfer opportunities for online learning, we have a swag bag that is contributions from all of our partners, GCU in particular, who's going to be our next guest. But also we've got some cups in here from University of Phoenix, some, I know I'm going to dare to mention it, but some swag from ASU. Hey, I'm from Phoenix. I've got no shame in throwing
I'm from Phoenix too.
That's right.
But I'm a lumberjack.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. And so we also have, of course, some really great gifts from U of A in here. And I believe there's something from NAU too, but I just am not going to dig it out at this moment. But this bag is full of stuff. And so you're going to want to win this. So again, be playing those games along the way, and you'll have an opportunity to win it. So I'm going to welcome our next guest to come in here and take a seat. And he is from Grand Canyon University. He is going to be talking to us about different transfer options for you if you're wanting to continue on with online learning at a great institution. And he's just a great partner to work with. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself and what it is that you do for GCU and Pima students.
Awesome. So my name is Luis Ordonez, and I'm the online university rep down here in Tucson that works with students that are finishing up here at Pima and are looking to transfer online. And been down here for about 5 years.
Has it already been 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, so now what might be the most important question we ask you this whole time, what's your favorite popcorn topping or flavor to add to jazz it up?
I love going to the Roadhouse and getting their white cheddar with jalapenos on top.
Ooh, and it's like, it comes in the big bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to go. I mean, to be fair, we do have white cheddar here. And what was the other one? You said jalapeno.
So
there you go. So mix it up. Get it ready for you. I love it. So what's something that you wish you knew during your first year at college?
So actually, kind of taking a look at your website too.
Yeah.
And you guys talk about starting smart, starting strong. My thing was I did not start smart or strong.
Yeah.
I took a 7-10 math class at Pima because I wanted to get math out of the way in the morning.
Uh-huh.
and that wasn't the best choice.
Yeah, classes at 8 a.m. in high school is one thing. Classes at 8 a.m. in college is a completely different thing.
Yeah, and math at that. Oh, my college algebra class at 7:10. So it was tough. It was out at DV. Maybe I would have switched to a 10 o'clock class if I was to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. Have some time to get your coffee and you wake up, good breakfast. That's totally fair. Absolutely. What's one key thing that you think first-year students should know about who you are, what you do, especially if they're planning to transfer?
So our goal, personally and for GCU, is to really help students succeed at Pima. So our goal is to help them step by step, semester by semester, go through Pima successfully, help them identify classes that are going to transfer into their program. So we want to make sure that they're taking the right classes, and then just making sure they're maximizing their Pima experience. So sometimes there's classes, even post-associates, that they could take one off or 2 additional classes that'll help them save some time and money.
Awesome. So when should a student get in contact with you?
Anytime. I like meeting students right when they start. So I really like welcome week from the freshmen, because we get to meet them and kind of go along with them along their whole journey here at Pima, because it is a journey. And I think it's good to talk to somebody who's been on that same journey, who's had some bumps. So I like going with them from beginning to end. And there's some students I even meet post. So at any point, really.
Yeah. Is there a key time frame where to reasonably be able to get their application in on time and transfer within their goals? How much time do they need to give themselves?
So once they're all done and ready to go, we have a super fast process. It takes as little as, I've had a student start in as little as a week, but they were a cash paying student. With financial aid, stuff like that, we like to work it within about a month, just so if verification pops up, any other things, so we can get your evaluations done. And sometimes when we do those evaluations and they think they're ready for GCU, I could point out, hey, there's these 3 other classes you could take at Pima for a fraction of the cost. Let's go to Pima one more semester.
That's awesome.
And does it help students with like scholarships and other things if they're in touch with you earlier on in the process?
So I think it's good to know just from the beginning, for students to know that GCU does offer scholarships, whether you're going on campus or online. Sometimes we get the private university stigma where it's going to cost more. So knowing that we have scholarships for Pima graduates is really big. So knowing that right off the top really helps students know, like, okay, this is a feasible goal.
Nice. Good to know. Where is your resource located? So where is your office? How do they find your contact information?
So contact information, we have flyers all over campus, but we are located up by the advisors, actually right across from you, upstairs in C107.
Yeah, and that's here at West Campus.
At West Campus.
So if we have students who are maybe not local or online, how would they get in touch with you?
So they could contact us through email, they could text us. We're at our office Monday through Thursday. Fridays are our mobile days, but the really nice thing is we're able to be mobile at any point. So like this afternoon, actually after this, I had a student who has a class at Northwest. And they're like, well, I can meet you at your Pima office. And I could hear it in her voice a little that it was gonna, parking, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, I can be up at the Starbucks on Ina right after your class at Northwest, and we can meet there and I'll grab you coffee.
Nice.
And it's nice and convenient. So we're really mobile and a convenient resource for students.
You're flexible, you accommodate.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Do you guys have a website where they can see what degrees are available online, or maybe social media they can follow?
So at gcu.edu, they can go on there and take a look at all of our programs. There's a Twitter. We also have a hashtag transfer to GCU. They could even put that in and find some events we've been at and other resources that we have.
Cool. I'll post all of those direct links after the video for you guys to see and follow. How many programs do you guys have that are fully online? So is it anything you offer they can also do online, or certain programs?
So pretty much everything except for the biologies, we offer online.
Awesome. That's wonderful. And do you work with, are you mostly working with the undergraduate students, the bachelor's degree level?
Yeah, and the really cool part is I get to work with students from their bachelor's degree all the way to the graduate's degree.
Awesome.
So I've worked with a ton of RNs that graduate at Pima all the way to their MSN. Then I hand them off to the doctoral guy, and they've even gotten a DMP.
Wow, that's fantastic.
MSN would be Master's of Science in Nursing, and then DMP would be Doctorate of
Nurse practitioner.
Nurse Practitioner. Yep, that's fantastic. Wonderful.
So why is GCU and what you offer to students important to first-year students at Pima?
I think it's really nice that we stay with them throughout the entire process. I know sometimes you'll write down your information on an information card. Maybe somebody else will contact you. I really like that we stay with students all the way through the process, from meeting them at an info table to doing their evaluation, financial aid, to sitting down and showing them our online format, because a lot of, Pima uses D2L and ours is called LoudCloud. So there's going to be a transition. So it's really important to be with them during that process to help make that transition smooth.
How do you help students be successful at Pima? I know that you were kind of talking about being flexible and accommodating, but what else would you say is kind of your superpower in that way?
Being an ear. Sometimes students want to talk to somebody if they're frustrated with the course and they don't want to sometimes maybe talk to a Pima advisor about it because they don't want to feel like they're, I don't know, they just want somebody else to talk to from the outside. So I'm always available to students to talk to. I try to be as encouraging as possible just because I was there too. I went through Pima. I had some bumps, not like personally and all that, but just kind of try to help them embrace the journey and let them know that it's doable. And if you need to withdraw from a class or if you need to go part-time, it's better than going no time. And, I'm going to be here with you throughout this entire journey and help you. So I really like that part.
I think that's a great point about our transfer advisors is that they're just another part of your support team and network. And so it's not that you're going to be working exclusively with one versus the other between Pima advising and the transfer advising, but you're working with them both. And they both are going to add a really important part of your success story and support along the way, depending on what your needs are in that moment. I think that's great. All right, so we like to ask kind of a unique question, but it's a way for students to get an idea about what your offerings in your program is like. So if you were to describe GCU Online or your advising piece online as if it were a movie or a movie character, which one would it be and why?
So that's the one I was trying to think about the most. And
he was waiting for this question.
As a joke, I said Forrest Gump because you never know what you're going to get, like what program's going to walk in. And the other one was Lean on Me, title only.
Okay.
In regards to just know that, hey, I'm here to make it a little easy.
That's perfect. Those are perfect answers. Anything else that you would want to add for students to know?
Just to utilize resources. I know when I was a student, I didn't. I was scared. But all the resources, whether it's Pima resources, GCU transfer advisors, NAU transfer advisors, we're all here to help you be successful. And we want you to not only finish at Pima, but we want you to finish at a 4-year. There's been plenty of times when I work with students and I just know their transfer is better at NAU. I let them know who that rep is, and I let them know that I know them and they're going to help them. So it's important just to utilize all your resources and make the most of it. Embrace that journey.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy your popcorn on the road. Go ahead and zhuzh it up with that, what was it, white cheddar jalapeno combination?
Yeah.
I love it. And you know what, while you're doing that, I'm going to have you help us with our bingo and maybe select a number. So if you're just joining us, we're doing bingo. Pick 5 numbers, 1 through 50. They can be any numbers, 1, 2, 10, 12, 15. Type them in the comments below. But then as we draw the numbers, if we draw your 5 in any particular order, you're the winner. Call bingo down in the comments, and our student employee, Teresa, is on the back end monitoring this, and she will let you know that you won. So go ahead and let's do 2 more numbers to add.
I love Cafe du Monde.
Don't you? Yeah, so the can is, I honestly haven't been there, but whenever I have a friend who goes to New Orleans, I have them either get me the chicory coffee or there's the beignet mix. That you can't take home.
So good.
Yeah, for sure. So
35
We have 35.
and 49.
49. Awesome. And then our numbers that we already had along the way were 47, 30, 13, 10, 16, 28, and 38. So those are the numbers we've drawn so far. If they happen to be the ones that you have selected, call bingo down on the bottom and you will win. So thank you so much for joining us. Jennifer's going to help show you out and then get our next guest. While we are doing that, I'm going to remind you about some other ways that you can win prizes today. Share this video. If you share this video within the next week, November 13th is our deadline, then you will be entered in a drawing to win a prize. It is a fabulous shirt from Kima. Also, if you complete the survey link, which is in this caption broadcast. Click on it. It's 30 seconds of your life, but it also enters you to win a prize. These are some of the prizes that we have. We have this Pima shirt, which may be the answer to one of our other quiz questions. Just saying. We also have this more plain Pima shirt, so it's a little bit simpler if you like that, but it is blue and then also has the Pima logo on the bottom. Maybe make note of the colors because of one of our quiz questions that we have. If you answer any of our quiz questions correctly, you have the chance to also win some prizes. Here are the quiz questions that we currently have on the table for you to answer. Question number 1, which anniversary is Pima celebrating? Question number 2, what are Pima's 2 new branding colors that we are using to help market and get the spirit going here at Pima Community College? Question number 3, what is Pima's newest 2-word motto, which you might see on some of our marketing, the website, the new swag? Question number 4, who is the chancellor here at Pima? Who is our fearless leader of this institution? And then here's our newest question that we will throw out to you guys. Which program hosts this very event that you are watching today, Popcorn with a Program? I'll give you a hint. It's the program that I lead. So if you don't know this question, then I'm not doing my job very well. But so if you know the answer to any of those quiz questions, again, drop them down below in the comments, and you have the chance to win a prize. But let's go ahead and welcome our next guest here. I'm going to have you introduce yourself, what your job title is, and how it relates to students here at Pima Community College.
Okay, well, my name is Patty Diaz, and I am the Assistant Director for NAU's Educational Partnerships. A big part of my role is a lot of behind the scenes. I work with a lot of your academic deans, chairs, some directors to maintain articulation for transfer programs. We also look to explore new opportunities when Pima is bringing in new programs or we're bringing in new programs. We take the opportunity to articulate them for transfer. So that opens up the scope for students to expand their degree seeking opportunities.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Now, did you want any popcorn?
I'm good right now.
Okay,
That's great.
Well,
Thanks.
if you were, imagine that you had a really nice big bowl of popcorn in front of you. This might be the most important question that we ask, but what would your topping be? What would you do to jazz up your popcorn?
I love a lot of butter, and I have to have red licorice with it and a Diet Coke.
Ooh, I love it.
That
You have the whole setting complete.
Yes, yes.
I love it. And it's just magic. And you're in your happy spot. You're ready to do whatever you're going to do. I love it.
Yep, pretty basic.
That's a great answer. I love it. So what's one thing that you wish you knew during your first year at college?
In my first year, which was probably the most difficult year I had was I wish I was more of an advocate for myself. So I wish that I would ask more questions, that I was comfortable with it. But it seemed like my second year I was in a better place, or I was much more aware. But I would have to say my first year was ask more questions, advocate for yourself more, and just really stay informed. Be comfortable with it.
Wonderful. Yeah. What's a key thing that you think first-year students then should know about you and what it is that you do for NAU Online and transfer?
I think as far as NAU, what to know is we offer from a distance multiple services so that you're aware if you're going to transfer locally, if you're going to transfer to online programs, if you're going to transfer to Flagstaff, that we are more or less a one-stop shop. So we have an individual that can address the various questions that can range from, you know, does it look like the classes I'm taking are correct, or I'm looking at housing on the Flagstaff campus, to meal plans, just that range of curiosity that you may have as you start to go through this journey, beginning at Pima and then ending at NAU.
So when should a student get in contact with you or somebody from NAU?
So I would recommend, actually I wouldn't recommend, I would highly encourage a student or even require a student to your first year at Pima. Once you have identified the program you're going to pursue, again, whether you're going to stay or go to Flagstaff or online, make us your first stop after you talk to that advisor. Make sure that the information matches, introduce yourself, not just that first contact, but keep coming in, checking us regularly. And I know that we also hold various events on campus, so, you know, come and check in when we hold an event. We definitely want to establish that relationship with you. We want you to feel comfortable as you start to progress at Pima. And then once you're in NAU, you're set.
Yeah, I know just here at West Campus yesterday, we had a Discover NAU event.
Yeah.
So again, even if you're an online student, there are those different types of events that if you're able to get to that campus, that's a great way for you to learn more about NAU, or right now we're having a U of A event happening.
Absolutely.
So definitely, if you can make any of those in-person events, do it. If not, we've got all these amazing people that you can reach out to from these different transfer partners that Pima has.
I think like Jen said, with the various events that Pima hosts, make sure that you stay informed with the programs. There's so many options out there, not just with NAU, but even U of A, you know, kind of shop a little bit to make sure the fit is good for you. So I think Pima does an amazing job at, you know, making sure those transfer partners are on campus for students to be informed. So you guys do a great job with that. So I appreciate all that you do.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys making yourselves available to the students, for sure. Speaking of that, where can students get in touch with you? So where's your offices on campus? Where would they find your information online for contact? How do they get hold of you?
So thankfully we have what we call Student Service Coordinator here at the West Campus. So they're located on the ground floor, is how I'm going to phrase it or describe it. On the ground floor, under the staircases when you first walk into the building.
Of the Catalina building.
Yes, yes. So
we kind of call it the Harry Potter location.
Yeah. So we have somebody on site, and her name is Cheryl Daniels, and she is what we call a student service coordinator. So she represents the various resources available to the transfer student, which gets you started to make sure courses you're taking will articulate with the transfer. She'll make you aware of financial aid information, scholarship information for transfer students, and program options as well. So you can also reach us online by nau.edu and just go to our transfer page, and that will take you right to Cheryl as well.
Do you have any social media that the students could or should follow to get important updates or connections?
So NAU does have a Facebook, but I don't know if it's as good as yours. No. We need to do more of these things. Yeah. So we do have a Facebook, but I'm not sure it's as active as yours. Usually the nau.edu is probably the best means to go through, but this is a great idea.
Oh, yeah, you guys are welcome to copy. But we'll include those direct links for you guys afterwards so that you have access to those as well. So, yeah, what about the why question?
Yeah, so why is NAU an important resource for students to know in their first year?
I think with, you know, coming in as a first year student, know that your education is a journey, and it's going to be a life-changing thing. It's going to change everything. So it's important that you're well informed, that you're aware, not only well informed, but you know you have resources. There's going to be a lot of good and bad that come with the academics. But there's going to be a lot of life that happens as well, and we definitely want to be kind of that piece of the journey. So when it seems like things are going great, we're there. When it seems like things are bumpy and not going well, and you're ready to crash, come see us. We'll talk it through and get you back on that journey. What you're doing as a student, and probably as a working professional or just your traditional student, this is not easy. Anything you're doing is not easy. So we definitely want to keep you on that track and on that journey. So please use this as a resource. Come in and check in with us, questions, or if you're a little burnt out. I know that your student life has a good program here to help you work through that, but use this as a resource to talk through when things aren't feeling right or things aren't so great. We'll help you through it as well.
Now, a side note, I don't know if we touched on this or not, but is any of NAU's degrees and programs available for a student to fully complete online, or is it certain particular programs?
Yes, so the programs that we offer in person, and a lot of what we're doing in person is what we're defining as hybrid now.
Okay.
So what hybrid is where you take a shorter amount of class time, and then you complete the rest of your class time via online. And we're doing that with our hotel restaurant management program. Not so much our education program, but we're doing that with a program that we're bringing on board called Strategic Leadership. That is what we call a 90-30 program. So just so y'all know, you can transfer in up to 90 units through the university. So I would recommend talk to your advisors, talk with Cheryl about our 90-30 programs, because that keeps you at Pima a little bit longer, and it makes your cost a lot less in receiving a degree. And it's about $20,000 to get a degree with a 90-30 program. And you get the same result. Yeah, the same results as another program. We also, one of our bigger programs here is our nursing program. And we have a couple of different tracks for that program as well. So that's a lot of what we're delivering on the ground. But we're also offering, I can't even count how many courses we're offering online. It used to be a handful, now it's up there.
Yeah. So if they were going to go to nau.edu, they could find the listing.
You'll find the listing in there. Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we like to wrap things up with kind of a unique but fun question.
Okay.
A way to describe your resource, NAU Online, or maybe your advising, as if it were, we're going to go with movie. So if you were to describe it as if it were a movie, or maybe a movie character, which one and why?
This is a good question because it's been a while since I've been to the movies.
We'll take classics as well. That's fine.
Yeah, we go way back. But what resonates is, I guess I like a lot of the Pixar, the Disney movies.
Yes. Yeah.
And what I like about them, I think how it kind of reflects a little bit about, I think a lot of what all of us do is, with the latest of Toy Story, you have some of your old toys with your new toys, and how it kind of becomes a hodgepodge and a family, and as I kind of keep saying, a journey. And you really see them working really well together as a team, and as a family. But it's just so classic, and I think it really stays true to a lot of values that a lot of us grew up with. But I also believe that it speaks true of a lot of the philosophy that NAU has in, watching out for that student, caring for that student, and, making sure that that journey is successful through a lot of, Toy Story, they went through a lot of good and bad and
And 4 whole movies, right?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the 4th one. It's on my to-do list.
All right, no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah. But as a great spoiler, get in contact with NAU Online. They have a fantastic program. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. I'm going to have Jennifer help show you out. I think that's it for our guests
That
today,
is it for our guests, yeah.
So So I want to thank all of you in the online world and universe for joining us today, whether you are watching live or if you're watching this in replay in our video channel. Again, our whole purpose with the First Year Experience Program is to get you connected with Kima Community College and the people and resources that matter to you. And so anything that we offer under the First Year Experience umbrella is going to have an online component so that you can access and learn this information anytime, anywhere, in any way. So if you have any questions about how to get involved at Pima or anything that we discussed today, please don't be shy. Drop those comments below. You can also send the First Year page a direct message, or you're always welcome to get in contact with us at our email, which is cu-mentors@pima.edu, or head over to our webpage at pima.edu/connectu, the letter U. So let's wrap up our prizes here real quick. Let's see here. I see that we had, again, Brittany, who was our winner for the Padfolio and pens. Congratulations. Other opportunities for you to still win, even after we close out this video. If you, within the next week, so by November 13th, share this video, complete that assessment link that you see linked into there. That will give you a chance to win one of our prizes that we have shown you today. And then if you still submit that selfie picture of you eating popcorn, we'll dig it. We'll still, we're still nomming on ours as well. So I'll give that one until November 13th as well. But creative, cute, anything. Just show us that you were enjoying popcorn with us at the same time. And then let's go ahead and draw, let's say, 2 more numbers for our bingo game. Let's see if we can get any lucky winners.
All right. So we got number 17.
Oh, that's my favorite number.
Well, yeah.
I feel like a winner right there.
And number 27.
Very good. Very good. So again, we have 17, 27, 28, 16, 38, 35, 13, 47, 30, 10, and 49. So if you guessed any of those 5 numbers in any order, shout bingo below in the comments box. Teresa will get you hooked up with your prize. And Jennifer, is there anything that you would like to add about anything that we discussed today?
Well, first of all, a shout out to Teresa for helping us out. And also, it's her birthday, so wish her happy birthday in the comments.
Woo-hoo! Big 21.
But I think we covered a lot. And there's going to be the links in the post later for students to get in touch with any of the different resources. We mentioned any of our different visitors, things like that. So I think we covered a ton of information.
We did. That was an exciting and full 2 hours. Yes. So we're going to go drink our coffee now.
And have probably a little more popcorn.
Oh, absolutely. That is our lunch today. But again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you enjoyed it. If you liked it, let us know so that we know to repeat this kind of events live stream for you. Again, we hope that it was convenient. We hope that it was fun. And we hope that it was informative. So have a great rest of the week, a great rest of the semester. And we will see you later with another Popcorn with the Program and our other First Year Experience programs. Thanks.